Shalom to everyone. Thank you for coming to this beautiful shiurim that we're going to have today on raising kids. I would like to say special thank you to Rav Yonatan Mordechai for supporting the shiur, and the person who made me prepare the shiur and give, which I was trying to run away from the shiurim for a year and a half, but this guy caught me in the corner and said, "Lama, you have to do it." Is this young man? His name is Rav Yonatan Chaimov. So if anything wrong in the shiurim, I'll show you who is this person, run after him. Okay? Number one, again, thank you. Today's a night special Chol HaMoed, Super Bowl. Yet people didn't go there because they showed how children are important to them. Raising kids is one of the hardest topics to speak about, and also, of course, I'm going to be speaking about a little bit Shalom Bayit situations as well, because it's not only raising kids, it's raising parents as well. And Be'ezat Hashem, if you like shiurim, please let us know if you don't also. So we should know if next time we should continue on these topics as well, because there are really 5 steps to these topics. Today we'll be covering 7 different topics. And in these 7 topics, by the end of the shiur, I'll let you have these topics, highlights, so you should be able to practice and go over and over, because this is very important points in any time of our life, before getting married, during marriage, and especially when we have children. Number 1. When you see creation of the world, Torah says something that has nothing to do with our life. Torah talks about Noach. Okay? Hashem created the world. Okay, Adam HaRishon sinned. Death came to the world. I understand, I need to know about Adam HaRishon. But Noach has nothing to do with us. Noach built an ark. The whole world got destroyed. Noach was saved. Why do I need to know this? Torah teaches us, you have Yetzer Hara in your lifetime, Noach also had Yetzer Hara in his lifetime. But in order to make sure your family is safe, you have to build an ark. And you have to be boss of your ark. Protect your ark. And Noach was able to protect his family. He was able to protect his ark. So basically you have to become rabbi and rebbetzin of your own family. Anything is dangerous for your children to hear, you come up to your child's ear and say, Johnny Onesh, John Dadesh, my child, my dear child, this is not for you to hear. Yeah, but this person seems religious. No, but it's not for you. He says something for somebody else. It has nothing to do with you. You have to protect your family from hearing things that they're not supposed to be hearing, or seeing things they're not supposed to be seeing. For those who are here first time with me on this Shalom Bayit shiurim, or never heard before, I'm sorry, I'll be touching some dangerous topics, because being 25 rabbis in the community and learning a little bit Even Ezer in my life, I'm allowed to touch this topic, and I would like to share with you why am I doing this. And we should have Banim of the Hashem, children who are really helping us to grow into our mitzvot. Zohar says, if you will not make yourself holy, do not prepare yourself night of your wife going to the mikveh to make yourself holy, don't complain to anybody. Zohar says, if you don't prepare yourself to have holy child, don't complain to anybody. The way you plant your seed, this is how it will grow. If person wants to have relations with his wife after she goes to mikveh, by watching certain movie, or by arguing, or by fighting, or by saying, you know what, I hate you, but let's make it up through the relations, and we're gonna have good children, you planting your seed wrong way. Tomorrow your child will be showing different scenarios and different stories and different movies in your life. Don't complain to anybody, because the seed was planted wrong way. So Zohar teaches us the way person has relations between husband and wife, or they creating Talmidei Chachamim coming up, or they creating Erev Rav coming up. This is in our hands. So one more time. Noach ish tzaddik haya bedorotav. Noach was tzaddik. How do we know he was tzaddik? Before the ark, before the flood, he was careful to have proper relations with his wife, to have good children. And then his children, Shem, Ham, Yefet, they were really tzaddikim. So what happened with Ham then? Why did he sin with his father? Rav Aaron Wolkin, Zichron Livracha, my Rebbe, said, if you as a parent acting like a monkey in front of your child will treat you like a monkey. So because Noah got drunk and he was acting like a monkey in front of his son treated him like a monkey. And this is what exactly happened. But other children, Shem and Yefet, they covered up the father's mistake. And they still, even though father did not act properly, still they were tzaddikim even before that act. Okay. So we spoke for now about Noah's Ark. Our job is in American land today to protect our Ark. Number 2, to make sure when we have mitzvat Piriya v'Nivya, we have b'Kiddusha u'v'Tahara. What's Kiddusha? I know tonight my wife is going to the mikvah. I'm going to go to the side, 5 minutes. Me and Hashem. Hashem, I'm sorry for all my mistakes, all my sins I made from the creation of my neshama. Not only from when I was born. Maybe I'm coming in 5th Gilgul in here. From my first Gilgulim, I want to make teshuvah. I want to purify myself. I want to tell my wife also make 30 seconds. Teshuvah is not 3 hours, it's not 3 months, not 3 years. It's 30-second thing. Hashem, I'm sorry. Before Gemara says, before you move your leg from your spot where you're standing, Hashem already forgives your sin. So anyone gives you hard time to do teshuvah, you need to fast 6 months, stay away from that person, is lying to you. Okay? So therefore, you make 30-second teshuvah, Hashem forgives your sin, you move on in life. You move on to create a strong kedusha, strong neshama. One day, this is not prepared, Zohar says a story. Rabbi Akiva with his students came to the forest and they see old man, he's 80 plus, sitting on a horse, riding on a horse, and he's taking strong trees with its roots from under the ground and uprooting it. Rabbi Akiva said, stop, are you a person or you a malach? He said, I'm a person, you know, shake hands with me here, I'm a human being. He said, how are you so strong? He said, when my parents were together on that night of the mikveh, my father thought, I want to have son, Gibor. I want to have a strong child. This is why I'm 80 plus and I'm still strong as if I'm 22. So this is why we learn from here, when a person has mitzvah, Piriya v'Nivya, the way you plant your seed, this is child you're going to have. Whether you're bringing tzaddik or whether chas v'shalom you're bringing Erev Rav. Now, your children, until they have their own me, until 13, 14, 15, 18, 20, they view world the way you view world. If you respect Torah scholars, if you respect rabbis, if you respect Torah, for you Torah is everything, this is how your child will be viewing things. I'll give you the best example. One man, he had expensive Rolex watch. He dropped the watch. His son dropped it. He came to his son and is giving him 3 times in his back. Tuch, tuch, tuch. Why did you drop my watch? It's $10,000. He says, Abba, why when I dropped yesterday your tefillin, you didn't hit me at all? Wow. For your watch, you gave me 3 times. But tefillin, tell me, watch gives more olam haba than tefillin gives? No. Father was like, if you show your child, olam hazeh for you is everything, and olam haba for you, okay, say siddur fell, just pick up, don't worry, no problem. You're showing your child this is what you value. And if you value this is what they value. Did you ever come with your child to shul and say, we're about to enter the shul right now? The rabbi of the shul, this guy, he knows the whole shas, all the gemaras you know, he knows it. Do you see this rabbi? He knows all the halachot. Do you see this one? He reads Sefer Torah so good. He knows all the parashiyot like water. When you show your child, this is what you value, this is what they will value. Why am I starting with this? Rav Yosef, 4-year-old boy, Simchat Torah, he came with his father to shul. And he says, Abba, these people are so big, they're dancing around the Torah. Can you please pick me up on your shoulders? So his father said, why not? He picked him up on the shoulders. He says, Abba, what is this? He says, I'm going to take you inside the circle and I will show you how big rabbis of Yerushalayim dancing today. He said, yeah, I want to see that. 4-year-old boy. Simchat Torah, they're dancing. So his father went inside the circle and he saw only 4 or 5 rabbis, big rabbis, dancing around the Torah. When Rav saw it, he got so excited. Years later, when Rav Yosef's father, a few years before he passed away, they asked him, what zechut you had to have child like this? Rav Yosef, he knows the whole Shas. There is no posek past 70, 80 years in the world the way Rav Yosef was. Every rabbi agrees to this. Why? He said, because when he was 4 years old, I showed him the juice of Torah, the enjoyment of Torah. Torah life is not stressful life. Torah is enjoyment. Torah is kaif. Torah is it's a fire of happiness. It's not stress and depression. So he said, because of that happiness he had, he grew up in Torah to become Talmid Chacham, to become Gadol Ador. On Shabbat, when we don't work, we stay home. Now time came for you to do Shnai Mikra Echad Targum, or Daf Yomi, or Chazara, or Halachot you want to learn. Your children, they look at you. How do you open your Sefer? Okay? Okay, let's learn to halachot, kids. Like, you do favor to Hashem. Like, or, Shabbat. You know what Ben Ish Chai says? 1 minute learning Torah on Shabbat is 1,000 times more than you learn Torah 1 minute during the weekday. So let's gain. Let's sit together. Let's know one halacha, one story, one something, one halacha. You will forget in 20 minutes. Your children will never forget in their life. This fire that you give, the enjoyment of fire, of learning Torah, your children will never forget. Your child, 7, 8, 10, 15, 16, this generation, 18-year-old, sitting by the Shabbat table. He says, Abba, I heard a story Rabbi said on Shabbat, or Rabbi said in Yeshiva, I want to share with you. Okay, tell me. Let's say you know the story. Okay, let's say you Talmid Chacham, you know the story. And he's saying it wrong. And he even lost himself. He doesn't know his finishing story. He's confused. When you say, come on, that's not this way, you have to say this way. And you correct him wrong. Don't correct your child. Don't correct your child. When he's done, wow, you were able to say the story, such a hard story. And you were able to say, Chazaku Baruch. You're able to say, wow, you did good job. Chazaku Baruch. Ima, did you hear? He said such a nice story. I have to take out my box. No, come here. Did you hear this? You come out with your chalat. Bachim, you said this story, give him a hug. Even though today he said something that he had no clue, believe me, one day he will say something that Rav Yosef said. I'll tell you a personal story. We have a deal. Oh, this video. There's a video here. Okay. Okay. So we have a rule. Whenever I give shooting, there's no personal life stories. Between me and my rebbe, so we have this contract. Okay, but today I have to break it. It happens. When I was 18 years old, you know Rabbi Nitzan Yusupov? They all gathered by Rav Yoshua in Binat Chaim Yeshiva today, Sha'ar Tzion. Okay, they used to learn Daf Yomi. My English was like 10% of now. Okay, 10%, 5%. No English. I knew Hebrew better than English. So Rav Yoshua was learning Gemara Shkalim, Yerushalmi. Gemara Shkalim. And they all learned. Rabbi Yeshua said to everybody, guys, we made Siyum. I had no clue what Gemara spoke about. Everyone has to prepare 3-minute Divrei Torah. So I came up to some guys and I said, listen, hello, I came here for 1 month. Help me to prepare something. So they prepared me the first Rosh over there, Aram, and talks about my Shkalim. So I gave out Divrei Torah. Everyone came, give hug, wow, such a good job. I said to myself, I know myself, I didn't know it good. Someone helped me to do it. Week later, my father comes late at night. I was not married then, I was 18 years old. Okay, my father comes to me and says, Yosef, you know what he did to me today? I said, no, what I did? I didn't do nothing. He said, last week you gave the Rasha and Gemara and Siyum. I said, yes. He said, I never made Siyum in my life. My father said, if my time I was able to learn Torah, I would be today a big rabbi. My father would be. He had photographic memory from all the corners and all the sides. He saw, he heard, he overheard, he remembered for life. He never forgot. So my father cried and woke me up. That was 12 o'clock at night. He came after Yeshua, after party. He gave me a hug, said, you made my life. You didn't make my day. You didn't make my year. You made. He said, today you gave me to my hands Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba. If tomorrow morning you hear me pass away, you should know I'm happy already. You know when my father spoke that way? Do you know those 2 minutes? I had tears. My father tells me, if tomorrow I'll pass away, I'm already happy. But I saw how my father values Torah. Believe me, other siyums, maybe I made few siyums after that in my life, but it was not the same siyum I made then. I knew what I was talking about. Like, you know, why? Because the way your father gives you that boost, that stays with you for life. Now, let's go to the next stage of our shiur. Sometimes you come with your child to shul and you already spoke to him in the street. We're going to shul right now. I want you to look inside Siddur. I want you to pray. I don't want you to go outside and play with your boys or go downstairs, play ping pong or do this or do that. Sit in shul and pray. Okay, I want to hear you. I want to see you. I want you to be involved. Your son says yes, 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 yes. You come to shul for 3 seconds. You're busy having kavanot. Listen, Hashem, help me pay my mortgage. Help me make my life happy. Help me with this. Help me with that. I have these issues. I have that issues. You know, so many utility bills. I want to go on vacation with my wife. It's already about time. You know. So suddenly you see your son is not there anymore, and you see he's running around with boys. Okay. And what do? Sometimes after whole davening you say, the whole davening you didn't look inside. Is this good statement to tell your child the whole davening you didn't look inside? Why not? Huh? Good, that's one. Why is it not good? Why is it not good to say the whole davening you didn't look inside? Huh? What? But my second question comes, how do you know? Means you were looking at me the whole time. So if you didn't look at your siddur, how do you want me to look at my siddur? If you didn't look at your siddur all the time, you were looking at me. How do you want me to look at my siddur? Do you want to hear the best segula that your child should be praying from siddur? The best segula is, leave him alone. You pray like angel. When you look inside and you pray like angel, believe me, he will do the same way. For more than a month and a half, my wife and I, we took on ourselves to say Birkat Hamazon from inside the siddur. Even before the car accident. And I believe that what saved our life. You know, I was thinking we had clue what was the car accident we had. No, I didn't. And my mom also didn't. Last week, the guy who had car accident with us, he was the driver. He came from Colorado to New York. When he gave me information what really happened, I almost fainted. Because I thought it was, like this. I assumed. But he knew because he was outside. We came out from car to ambulance and went to hospital, but he was there to see and to speak to the police and everything. When he told us what really happened, I almost fainted. And I'll tell you, it's a true miracle that we survived. I don't want to go deeper to this. But what saved us? Looking Birkat Hamazon from the Sefer. You look inside Birkat Hamazon from the Sefer, and Gemara, Mefarshim, Rishonim and Acharonim, they promise you Hashem will give you easy parnasa. You will have easy life. You want the best chinuch? One lady came to Rabbi and said, my son doesn't even eat at home anymore. He eats in the park. What should I do? You and your husband sit down. When you say Birkat Hamazon, say from the Sidur. One time he will see, he will continue. And this is exactly what happened. Today that kid is Talmid Chacham. What did? Looking inside Birkat Hamazon. Don't say Birkat Hamazon. Walking here, walking there. For sure you're going to make mistake. Sometimes people go from Bonei Yerushalayim of Birkat Hamazon to Bonei Yerushalayim of Shmona Esrei. Suddenly go Sim Shalom. Hey, what am I saying Sim Shalom? It's Birkat Hamazon here, you know? No. Look inside. Look inside. Don't jump around. When you look inside, you're good. So, this kid didn't pray. Father got really upset. He forgot he was in the shul. He forgot rabbis looking at him, people looking at him. He came to his son. Stop! Shapaloch. He says, why you didn't see? Why you didn't pray? So if I did that to my son, I did right or I did wrong? Huh?
Wrong. Next to people.
But you know, Sovietsky Soyuz, people educated their children, they all became robots. Maybe I did right. Who said I did wrong? I just slapped him, big deal, in public. A, you spilled blood of your son in public. You embarrassed him. If you shame a Jew in public, you have no share in the world to come. For sure your child. For sure your wife. For sure your husband. Can you imagine? A guy sees something wrong in public about his wife. Esther! What are you doing? In public, people looking at you. What are you doing? You're embarrassing in public, no? You mitzvah the oraita? I'm trying to fix my family. No, you're not. That's not the way people do it. Or opposite. Avram, ti опять пьешь? Like, you know, in public. Who does that? Who does that? You're embarrassing him. No, listen, problems that you have, if I say here, I'm not going to come out live. I care about myself also. Okay, this all has nothing to do with you. I'm just telling you what people usually do, and it is wrong. So, hurting a child in public, you're embarrassing, and that's not an education. So today we'll give you some nice scenarios. Get ready, put your seatbelts on. Okay, we're going to enter to some nice stuff today. Next, you want to have good children? Praise them. They did something small, tiny right. Wow, you did it. Chazak Baruch. Praise him. When you praise a person, child, adult, husband, wife, rabbi, president, king, you praise them, they want to do more. You complain, they don't want to do nothing. You praise, you build. You praise, you build. You praise, you build. Praising, people skip. Я сейчас 2 раза скажу, на голову садит. No, wrong. Wrong. You praise, they do good. You complain, you lose it. You praise, you gain. Always praise. Someone does something. Praise. No one is not obligated to do anything for anybody. Someone does, teach yourself to say thank you. It's funny, my father is training me how to give drasha in public. That was 26 years ago. So I'm saying a story, famous story. Remember Yochanan ben Torta? A guy had a cow. Cow didn't work on Shabbat. So he sold his cow. He needed money. Remember the story?
Yeah.
The guy bought it. And now guy wants to work it on Shabbat. He comes with a stick and he hits the cow. Cow still doesn't work. Doesn't get up to work. So I'm saying the story now. After my father told me the story, I'm saying the story. So he came to the cow and said, "Hello, you're not in my possession anymore. So get up, start working." My father said, we don't speak like this. We don't speak. This is not good. This is not good. You're not a good speaker. I said, Abba, I repeated what you said. He said, no, repeat one more time. So I said, okay. So he came to the cow and said, listen, look, you're bleeding already. The owner beat you up. Get out, work. He said, no. That's not good. I said, Abba, how do you want me to say this story? He says, first he came to the cow and says, thank you. You're a true friend. You're a loyal friend. You didn't work in my house on Shabbat. You didn't work in that guy's house on Shabbat. First you say thank you. Why? Because even animal do something good, you say thank you. This was my father. You know, today after learning this, after years of trying to speak in public, once you say thank you, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. Even though sometimes people do Yeshua for their fathers. That's obligation. Torah says no, say thank you. Why? Why? You say thank you, he feels good about himself. He feels good. He feels good he did something. Everybody's different. People go through hard times sometimes to do Yeshua as well. Or people do Sheva Brachot for another person. You get up and you say, thank you for making Sheva Brachot for another person. Anything. Always learn how to say thank you. For now, do we have any questions?
No.
Okay, let's go on. You ready for the next step?
Yes.
Sure? Okay. One more time. This shiur, person forced me to do this shiur. His name is Rav Yonatan. I was all introduction. So we're going to go to terrible parts. If you don't like, run after him. I give you his phone number. I'll give you his address. Okay? He lives in the area. Nobody did nothing to the super of that buildings. Okay? Everything's fine. Okay? Everything is safe. Okay, let's go. What should I do? My son should kiss Torah, love Torah. Your son will kiss Torah and love Torah if you kiss Torah and love Torah. What should I do for my son to learn Torah? Your son will learn Torah if you learn Torah. Doesn't matter you learn hard stuff, easy stuff, you learn Aleph Bet. Your son sees you with the book, he will open the book and learn. Your son knows you will never go on the bed until you learn one to halachot or one piece of Gemara. He will never go to sleep on the bed until he learns halacha or Gemara. Oh, I remember what happened. One day I came to Moshe walking to my Rebbe's house to learn with him. This was 23 years ago. I came to his house to learn with him. He's so upset. He's going into the room, coming out, going into the room. So I said, Rebbe, what happened? He says, my daughter is about to break the shidduch. I said, what do you say? He said, I was disagreeing with her, but I think she's going to do the right thing. I said, why? Why is she breaking shidduch? Is the guy religious? Yeah, Shomer Shabbat, yeah, Kashrut, yeah. So what's the problem? He said, he learns 5-6 hours in yeshiva, but he doesn't learn before he goes to sleep and after he wakes up. She said, I grew up in the house when my father learns Torah before he goes to sleep and after he wakes up. So I don't want to marry a husband who doesn't learn Torah before he goes to sleep and after he wakes up. And she broke the shidduch. I saw that, I said, wow, this is education. When you do that in your house, your children learn. You know, the hardest thing in the world to speak shiur about raising kids is me now. Why? My kids are sitting here. My kids are sitting here. Usually people speak when their kids are not there. So I can say whatever I want. Here you can. My kids are sitting here. So I'm letting you know, if you go to sleep on your bed, when you learn Torah before you go to sleep, that's what they will inherit from you and they will take it, carry it on to their houses as well. Okay. Your child will see, you pray, they will pray. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yamenu. As we spoke also, don't open Sefer with the stress. You understand something? Get up and dance. Shabbat, get up and dance. Yom Tov, get up and dance. You know, I'm so happy. I understood Chidush. I couldn't understand a long time. I understood. You know, in my life, I learned about Az Yashir Moshe 25 years. Maybe a little bit more. Today I learned something new. I was so happy. I was sitting in Yeshua of Menchai Shammai, 500-600 people there. And they asked me to speak. I came out like upset a little bit. He passed away young, but I was so happy. I learned something great. I never paid attention to this before. Tell me one thing. As Yashir Moshe was said, people were happy or they were sad?
Happy.
Huh?
Happy.
Happy? Do you know how terribly depressed and sad they were? You will support it. How many people came out from Egypt and how many people died there?
600,000 men only.
600,000 men only came out, and altogether came out 2 million people with women, old, young, children. And how many died there? 2 came out, 10 million died, 8 million died. Tell me, in 8 million, they didn't have siblings there? They didn't have brothers, sisters there? They didn't have children there? How can a person be singing song right now? 3 days ago, he passed away his son. He buried his son. He buried his father. He buried his sister. He buried his brother. Don't you think they were depressed? Torah says, Afal Piken. Gemara says, from where do we know this Tchiyat HaMetim min HaTorah? Tchiyat HaMetim min HaTorah minayin. Torah says what? Az Yashil Moshe. Where? Where do we know Tchiyat HaMetim from? Az Yashil. What does that mean? The way Moshe Rabbeinu sang before, he will sing later as well with Klal Yisrael when Mashiach comes. Moshe Rabbeinu will get up, Klal Yisrael will get up, and they will sing again. But what do we learn from here? We learn from here, even though things happened, we believe there's Olam Haba. So they didn't go for good for forever. No. Mashiach will come, they'll get up again. So this is why we'll never give up our hope and we're always happy. So there should be never a reason you learn something new and you're not happy about it. Once your child sees you happy, they are happy. Now, who learned Gemara Ketubot in their life? Betulani said Layom, a girl who was never married. How did you say a girl who was never married? I'm scared to say that word. Huh? Oh. Okay. A girl who never got married. She's getting married. When does she get married? Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Layom HaRevi'i, Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Beit Din is open on Thursday. Leave Beit Din alone for now. Leave them alone. Don't bothering them. Chida says something deep. You know what was created on the 4th day, on the Wednesday? Sun and moon, to teach us. To teach us. A husband is a sun and wife is a moon. Moon has no light. It's reflection from the sun. The way you give Kiddusha in the house, your wife gets from you. The way you give passion of the Torah in your house, your wife gets from you. Once you give to your wife, your kids get from her. But what if your Torah is dry? How was Shabbat? Did Rabbi say Torah? What was that? I don't remember. Sir, go back to shul. Go to the rabbi and find out what did he learn. What did he teach you? Did you go to shul? Yeah. Would you go to treasure of a king and come out empty-handed? My father would call this person hundi. Like, I don't say chisbekot, but you go inside. You don't want to take 1-2 diamonds and come out with it? How did you go to shul? Did you learn something? On a parsha? One thing? This is what our kids waiting for. This is what our wives waiting for. Because wife's Kiddusha is from the husband. Betulani said, what was created on the 4th day? Sun and moon. Moon has no light. It gets all the reflection from the sun. Sun is the husband. So the way you bring to your house atmosphere, this is how it goes. If you give stress, buy only 2 apples. Why there's 3 apples? Who spent extra penny? Like stress. Don't do that. Calm down a little bit. 3 apples, no, buy 5. No problem. What do you want? You want to buy Chinese food? Buy pizza, buy Chinese food, buy steak. Don't try to oppress people. It's not good behavior. Learn how to let it go. I'll tell you one thing. My lovely statement I said 4 years ago in the shul was pil. How you call animal? Elephant? In Hebrew, elephant, how do you call? Pil. What it stands for? My wife remembers this anytime she says, Abba, we need education. I said, okay, in a month. No, remember pil? Remember? What was pil for? Pay Yud Lamed. Pil stands for Pachot Yerusha LaYeladim. Stop saving money. Suddenly person passes away. All this money goes to children. One day Atlantic City. One day Super Bowl and everything. But what happened? All your life was stressful. All your life was in stress and depression. Try to save. Pachot Yerusha LaYeladim. Don't leave your children $5-10 million. Leave them $200,000-$300,000, but the rest enjoy right now with your wife. Go on a vacation. Go on a normal vacation. Go relax. Go enjoy. You want to eat food? Don't say, we have to save money. We have to buy a house. Nobody said you need to buy a house in Papadopsychbalnitsa. You know, buy a house with a good, calm atmosphere. And you know what? I'm telling you, I will say wrong. It's not Abiyonatan, my address. Come to my house and say, Abba, you were wrong. You spend money on your wife and on your children. Hashem will pay you 1,000 times more. Guarantee. When I got married, I had only $50 in my pocket. 3 years into wedding, my wife came to me and said, I want to buy this shaitel. It was expensive. I had to work 25, 30 yushwas, you know, to buy that shaitel. And I said to her, let's do it. I went to my father, took the money, loan. I bought a shaitel, and then I paid back to my father. But Hashem saw, I did it today, Baruch Hashem, we have shul, we have house, we have community. All this was $50. And I'm telling you, don't be scared. It's not a risk. It's something that you're putting for you. When your children grow in the house in the soft atmosphere, they will be great people. When there's a stress, child is scared to make step in life, he will be scared to get married, he will be scared to open business, he will be scared to be who he is. Check like this. So many people you know, they're not scared to make step. I'll give you one of them 2 days ago, okay? I'm in a group, they put me like 2 weeks ago in a group of 60 professional singers of Israel. A few of them from America. One of them is his brother Reuben. One of the Israeli guys said something very crazy. He said, our Shashmakom is like a jam of Syrians, you know. Reuben got up. He says, hello, why are you mixing apples and oranges together? And again, do also. So my question is, why he was not scared to speak about in front of 60 older singers? Why was not scared?
He's one of them. One he's be afraid of it.
It's not that. Even though some 60 over there, one of them. But the problem is, if you raised in a family where you have your own self-esteem, you're not scared to speak up. You know, I'm telling you honestly, if I would not be raised by my father, I wouldn't be able to speak to the 600 people there. There were some rabbis, they saw the crowd, and said, oh no, left. Your parents have obligation to build you that you're not scared, that you are growing in a calm atmosphere. Torah life is a happy life. It's not stress and depression. Torah life is you're not scared to spend. It's not every second putting penny on a penny and everybody's suffering around. No. That's not the proper putting penny on a penny. Putting penny on a penny, if everything is coming, okay, now I'm Hashem, I made my wife, my kids, everybody happy. I made you happy. I buy myself nice tefillin. I don't myself cheap tefillin. Abba Mondegi. Or mezuzah. Rabbi, is there the cheapest mezuzah do you have? No. Buy a nice one. Buy good quality. This is what you do. This is what your children learn. The chinuch is not talking to your children from the morning till night. It's how you live. You live this way, they'll learn from you. Okay, that's all. Stop. Now, coming a real topic. Question. Ready? Anybody wants to take a break?
No.
All this was introduction.
What does PIL stand for?
All this,
PIL
stands for Pachot Yerusha Le'eladim. Give less inheritance to your children. Right now, take your family, have a good time. Putting on aside. And if a person wants to go vacation, checks on davleni u меня, sacharni u него. No. If you would take vacation on time, you wouldn't go davleni and sacharni. You wouldn't go there. I'm sorry if I said something wrong. Hashem, please forgive me. I don't mean nothing bad.
Only money.
Okay. Thank you so much. Rav Mashiach, thank you. Now, ready? I'm sorry, you see, I'm not a professional speaker. I scream, I clap. No professional people do that, you know. No, I'm not. I'm here to grow together with you.
At least you don't dance.
You take soon.
Like Trump.
Soon.
Go from America.
Is there a difference? Please don't be upset. I also have children. Don't be upset. Is there a difference between training and educating? You take a lion and you train a lion. You take a monkey and you train a monkey. And then you take a child and you educate a child. Is there a difference between training and educating? Please speak to me, explain to me, what's the difference? Or maybe they're the same. Just here for person goes the word education, and for animal goes the word training.
Two different words.
Is it the same or it's not?
No, it's not the same. Training is robot. Так, научить надо преподносить.
Example.
What's the difference, yeah?
Without no reason. With education, there's reason.
Training, no reason. How can you give reason to a lion?
You can't.
He doesn't understand anyway.
That's the thing.
Okay, tell me one thing. A child reason. Okay, we're going somewhere. Very good. Any more? Huh? What means training? What is educating?
Training a monkey not to do wrong.
Animal and
Educating is to
person.
teach him
No.
to do right.
Training is he's gonna follow what you tell him to do. Education is not following.
To do the
It's
Okay,
learning.
there was a rich man. He said, "I wanna make a business that I make daily $100,000." Okay, so he built a stadium. He built a stadium. He bought a line, and he's trying to train his lion to do things he wants to do. Okay? So he takes the lion. First week, he gives the lion food from far. Second week, a little bit closer. Third week, even closer. Fourth week, he starts going inside the cage himself, and lion is lying down in front of him. Check Shimo, go ahead, I'm ready for your service, whatever. So he took a lion out of the cage. He took a hula hoop, so lion has to jump through. So he starts saying to the lion, hello, Atsuda, Suda, from here to there, you have to jump. So lion doesn't go, he takes a stick, start hitting the lion. After 20 lashes, lion says, he wants me to jump from there. Okay, so lion start jumping. So now he said, still is not enough. People are not going to buy a seat by a stadium just to see lion coming into the hula hoop. I need to put some fire. So he took some fire now, oil. He burned it, and he says to a lion, jump. He says, I jumped, now he wants to burn something. What do you want from me? So again, lion doesn't go. For next 2 weeks, he's eating lion until lion bleeds, and now lion starts going inside the hula hoop. Is this education or it is a training? Huh? You come home, your son doesn't know that you are home. Your wife is in the kitchen, so he comes home and says, boom, cursed. You come from the back, why are you saying this word? Stop. And you give him 2 times Misha Barach on his face. Did you educate him? Or you trained him? Huh? So what's the difference between training and educating? Talk to me.
Educating is for long term. Always going to be there. Training for now.
So you're telling me, training for now, educating, very good, but how it's going to work on an animal? I'm going to try to teach something to animal, educate him, so in 6 months animal will learn? Huh? No.
You can't educate an animal. You can only train an animal.
So question to you, training, doing same thing over and over, even the owner is not there, is that training? Yes. Once my lion knows how to jump through the hula hoop with the fire, even though I'm not there, he's going to be doing it. That's trained, but who said that's educated? When I don't need it, he's doing it. I don't need it now. That's not educated. That's one problem.
But the lion is not gonna do if his master is not there. If the trainer is not there, he's not gonna do it.
If he has a habit doing it, he's going to do it even though he's not there. He has no brains. Animal has no brains. You should know, animal has no brains. Even parrot, when it speaks, it doesn't mean it uses brain. Parrot speaks, the voice comes out from the parrot because it trained its throat. Only speech Hashem gave to people. No animals and no birds. Comes David HaMelech. And David HaMelech says in Tehillim these words. Mi ha'ish hechafetz chaim. Who is a person who will desire life? Ohev yamim lirot tov. Who wants to live long, loves living. Netzor leshonecha mera usfatecha midaber mirma. Guard your tongue from evil and your lips from tricky words, fake words. And then what it says? Sur mera va'aseh tov. Run away from evil, do good. Listen carefully. Sur mera va'aseh tov. Run away from evil and do good. Let's say, I have here poison. I will try to squeeze poison. Is it still poison?
Yeah.
Yes. I will try to minimize it till here. Is it still poison?
Of course.
Yes. Is it still dangerous?
Yes.
Yes. Animal and human being, when they are born or created, they have fully evil intentions. A child is born, animal is born, they are full of poison. There is nothing good in a person when he's born, and there's nothing good in an animal when it's born. This is why our Chachamim teach us when child is born with Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Tov comes after how many years? 13 years when he's bar mitzvah. Then only we give him tefillin. Okay, we're tefillin now. So what's the difference between animal and a person? When I take a lion, I'm trying to train it. I take a stick and I hit a poison of the lion into him, but I'm trying to lowering it. I'm not taking it out of him. I cannot take it out of him. Why? To take out of him, I need to educate him. I cannot do that. But when it comes to a child, you don't try to minimize it by hitting a child and slapping him and saying, no, 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 sit down here, don't stand up, don't open your mouth, don't talk, don't stand, don't sit, don't. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Right? Like as if you're a police officer. You're not educating him.
Criticize.
The poison that is in him, it's not taken out. What David HaMelech says, two things has to go hand in hand together. Sur mera va'aseh tov. Take out the poison and put good. My son, this is not good thing to do. You have to do chesed. This is not good thing to do. You have to do tzedakah. This is not good thing to do. You have to be saying please and thank you and I'm sorry. When you educate him, what do? You take out one bad and you bring one good. You take out one bad and you bring one good. Once you do that, you took all the poison out of him. And now you put all the kedusha in him. On Shabbat, I saw something unbelievable that proved this point. Who brought it? Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky. And I would like to share with you. Hashem spoke to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu said, Jewish nation is not going to listen to me. Hashem said, what do you have in your hands? What did he say? I have a staff. Hashem said, Hashlichehu arza. Throw it to the ground. What did it turn to? Snake. It says, when you have a child and you're holding your child by you, that will be your staff of your old age that you could depend yourself on. But if you take your child and throw in the middle of the street, do whatever you want with your friends, God forbid, then it's going to return to you as a snake. Now Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky, as Gadol Ador, he says, God forbid this happened already. Chas v'shalom. Today, nobody can say, I'm champion, I'm this, I'm that, I'm perfect in raising kids. God forbid, but we see in some families, we were sitting on Shabbat in Sha'arei Yerushalayim Hotel. Yerushalayim, there were like 50, 60 different families. You see Hasidic man, and one of his children are fully not religious sitting by the table. What is he going to say? Get up from the table? You can't say that. Unfortunately happens. So Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky is saying, what do you do in that situation that Chas v'shalom, one child is not there? So he says, What says in the end? Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, now you have to take your snake in your hands. You have to come carefully. Take it from where? From the head or from the tail?
Tail.
From the back, from the tail. Carefully take it and try to grab it from the tail. What does that mean, try to grab it from the tail? Hug, kiss, good words, positive words. You have to take him from the back and carefully wash away the poison of him, and then he's going to turn back to your staff that you could depend on your old age. So that proved the point here. What is education? When you take all the poison out and you right away bring in. But you know the difference is? When you take the poison out of the child, you always have to do it with the left hand. You slap, but slightly. But when you bring your child closer to you, you must do it with the right hand, with the strong. So therefore, the encouragement, the rebuke has to be always a little bit softer, but the positiveness, the good words, the supporting words, always with the strong hands. Only that way you can build a child. You cannot do that to the animal. You cannot educate an animal. Animal has no brains. Hashem gave brains to people. Lion you cannot educate. The only thing to do is train. How you train? By hitting it. Their poison, you're just lowering it. But the child, you cannot do that. Once you're talking with your hands to your child, you're just breaking a child. That's not an education. And what do you teach him? Tomorrow when you talk to your wife and your children, you also will be talking to your hands, which is wrong. That's not an education. Education is sur mera va'asetov. My son, don't do this way, do this way. I was sitting by the hotel exactly 10 days ago. And I saw something unbelievable, and Hashem put me in such a situation to see it. I want to share with you. It's a beautiful thing I learned. How do you educate your child? So there was a professional singer, you know him, Moshe Giat. He's a Persian, short man, dark. So he has a table by Hotel Maravi. He has a table, Sfardi Minyan. So that day was Rosh Chodesh Shvat. We were by the hotel. That day we landed. 3 hours later, after almost not sleeping 2 days, I said to my wife, listen, we leave stuff over here in the hotel, let's go to hotel. So we came, Shacharit. So Moshe Giat says, it's Sfardi Minyan. So we came to him. One of the French people came, also start praying. So you know, when you say Keter for Rosh Chodesh, it's not the same Keter for Shabbat. It's shorter, like a Chol. Instead of like the Shach, we say Keter. Okay? So what I finished, Keter, everybody singing, everything's good, nice, perfect. Suddenly this French guy thought he was Shabbat. So, I am a Shabbat. He goes, and then Moshe Giat with a smile, he turned around and said, then after Nagdishach Keter was over, he came and said, this is you do only for Musaf Shabbat. Today is Rosh Chodesh. So I asked myself a question. Why did he speak to him with a smile? Why did he say, Huh? The way at home your son does something, huh?
He's on vacation.
Like, you know, he's on a vacation, right? That's right. Two answers. Answer number one, you don't embarrass anyone by educating. Answer number two, he knows maybe from this guest during Kriyat Torah he's gonna get some donation. Maybe for that, maybe he's gonna get some benefit from him. So therefore he wants to be nice to him. My question to you: today we're educating our children. Our old age is depending on these children. So the way we talk to them now, the reflection we'll get from them back in our old age. So if you forgot at the moment that we are young now, and you don't want to smile and talk to him, but still smile, because one day when we get old, we still need to depend on our children. So therefore, it's important to talk to a child with a smile. Can I tell my son, listen, you always have to do good. Be nice. Come to shul, don't speak. Right of open siddur, pray. Do this, do always positive. Is this education or no? No.
Training.
No. Or you walk like this, don't walk like this. Don't put this pants. Don't put this kippah. Don't wear this tzitzit. Always don't. Is that education? No. You have to know how to balance. good, bad, good, bad. When you balance, that is education. Surmera va'aseh tov. Don't do bad, do good. But when he did something wrong, you always say, come on, we don't do this. We don't speak like this. We do like that. You know, I remembered something as I was preparing this shiur a few days ago. I remembered something very funny. I don't know if I should say it, it's funny, but I'll say it, you know, there's no secrets here. We lived in Samarkand here. Behind our house, there was a butcher house. Today we don't have this, it's very hard for our kids to explain. Even basar bechalav, explain it, it's very hard. Olden times, you see cow, comes on a truck, so 3-4 people pushing it down, cow is jumping, woo, screaming, yelling. Then cow goes to the house of the chaso butcher, right? Rabbi comes late at night, they put strong lights, they put water on the neck, and then like shchita, some people get scared, some people don't get scared. You see the blood is flying out. It's crazy. The cow is whatever. Then they skin the cow, then they put pieces and they say head is here, the body is here, the leg is here. You know, you see this stuff, you learn, and it's very educational. No matter what, it's educational. So then, I'm a small kid, I don't know, 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy, and I like to see this all. And they knew my father is a rabbi, so they always let me in. Even though the other boys said, hey, go home. Like, to us, Akilov, okay, come inside, no problem. So we had like a freeway all the time. So now, and 2 butchers, they're partners. So he says, give me that, yeah, but, like, you know, oh yeah, like, you know, they talk like a big shots, you know. So I came home, my father says, my son, can you bring my shoes? I said, oh yeah, like, you know, I spoke to butcher language. I said, my father says, hey, what is this? I said, I saw the butcher doors. I said, my family, we don't talk like this. My son says, what? My family, we don't talk like this. I looked at like, oh, I didn't know we have a high standards family than that. So right away, the fact that my father as a joke like covered it up, like we don't talk like this, but with a nice like showing us like, hey, you better quality guy than that. I don't want to see that. He didn't put those people down. It's just in my family we don't talk like this. This is important. When you educate your child without breaking him. Or once I was walking with my father from cemetery home, 2-3 young Tzigan, gypsies. Jude, your mother, your father, they're cursing us. My father was talking to me. I said, Papa, I used to run fast. I said, can I get him and beat him up? He says, why? I said, he's cursing Jewish people, he's cursing us. My father said, you my son? Yeah. You would run after these lowlights? You would fight with him? You crazy? He educated me for life, like, don't mess with people with the low lives. Like, no, have your value. Don't start out with those people. Okay, they're cursing, big deal. Do you know how many times I had to drive? Even in Main Street, like recently happened, before I went to Israel. Someone was coming out from his backyard, and I cannot move anywhere. Car before and car after, like, you know, they're blocking me. I cannot go anywhere. Spanish guy comes out. No, open the door. Your mother, your father. Abu started. I said, thank you. I closed his bag. What am I gonna say? You like this? I said, thank you. I closed the bag and I went. I said, thank you to my father that he educated me like, you don't start out with the dog. Let him curse you out. Nabarot, that day I always call my wife and say, you know what? I have guarantee we're going to go back to Israel, come back safely. Why? Because somebody embarrassed me, I didn't say a word. That's good. Always I try to find some connection. Any questions? Before I give you a good question, good scenario, but I want to see if any questions are there.
How can a person control himself when raising kids not to criticize, but to educate them in the right way without criticizing or embarrassing?
Thank you so much.
Sometimes
Thank
it
you.
happens.
Thank you. You know Hanukkah? Hanukkah, they were looking for kosher oil. They didn't find oil, but one jar that had
Stamp.
stamp of who? Stamp of a Kohen Gadol, right? I was preparing shiur for couples. Remember what couples do in Hanukkah? And I start seeing over the Bnei Saschar says like this. What does that mean? Stamp of a Kohen Gadol on the oil. He says, oil is your child. Stamp of a Kohen Gadol, stamp of Hashem on him. So if you look at your child, that he has a stamp of Hashem on him, and I'm nobody to pull him down and to break him, but looking at him as somebody big because he is child of Hashem, he has a stamp of Hashem on him, I'll be very careful. I'll be very careful to talk to him with respect. And second thing, listen, nobody's perfect. You think I never screamed at my child? See camera? My kids are here as well. I did scream, I did yell a few times in my life, and then I thought, oh, listen, that's wrong. My kids know if something goes really wrong, they know, wait 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, my father will come up and say, you know what, I have friends, right? I'm sorry, right away make up. We don't carry it till next day. Why? Because anything you do, end of the day, you have to sit and think, one second, how was my day? What I did wrong, what I did right, what I did wrong. Always calculate. When you just go without looking, it's dangerous. It's if I'm sitting on a car and I'm just pressing on a gas. In the end, you're gonna crash on something because you have to know how to press brakes and say, one second, how am I going? Where am I going? I did right, I did wrong. Calculate. But when you always calculate, you'll be careful. But what do we learn from here? When you are babysitting your children, you are Hashem's babysitter. You are babysitting Hashem's children, and every child deserves to be respected. Every child has potential to become great. I hope this video doesn't go all over the world, but I had bar mitzvah student. 24 years ago, I used to be very big in bar mitzvahs. Last 10, 12 years after we opened shul 13 years ago, bar mitzvah stopped. But I used to have a day 30, 20 bar mitzvah boys. I taught over 2,000 bar mitzvah boys. I did. I had bar mitzvah boy that he really bothered me. Baruch. At. I don't know. I never heard that. And I'm swearing, and I'm repeating. I said to myself, Yosef, I guarantee you this guy will never get married. Like, I said to myself, he will never get married. Не получается, тормоз. I said, I don't know. I said, how is it? I said, breaks. I don't know, whatever.
Speech challenge.
Speech, thoughts, occupational, everything is there, everything. So he's going. One bracha, 4 weeks? I want to beat myself up. For 4 weeks I teach no parsha. What's going on here? What's going on? Doesn't go. So then I went, suddenly we managed to learn brachot. Forget about the Kriyat Torah. No. Listen, but Kriyat Torah, forget. So brachot we did all the brachot. So I said to my wife, you see this boy, if he gets married, it's going to be a miracle. So what happened then?
Anybody sitting here? He's with me.
He's a thing.
I said to my wife, you see this guy? If he gets married, like, wow, it's going to be a big miracle. Chai, 6-7 years ago, after 6-7 years, somebody comes to me and says, Rabbi, can you check 5-6 months old? I said, why? My son bought a house. We need to do Chanukah Habayit. I said, okay, bring it. So he brought to me in an apartment. I live in an apartment. He brought to me a check. I said, which son? He said, you forgot? The one that you took for bar mitzvah. Get married? I said, yes. I said, who? This and this girl. I said, what is he doing now? I took him pizza delivery guy. He says, what do you mean? He finished his PA now. I said, can you show me your son's picture? I said, him? But I couldn't believe it. You know, father? He was worse than me. He says to me, honestly, I also didn't believe it. I don't know what happened one time. When he was 15, like something like включили его, like, you know, like a switch. Says, I couldn't believe also. I said, you just shocked me. He said, I'm shocked myself. Like this, guys, every person
There's a potential.
has potential. Do you know there's a rule in schools, in yeshivas as well? I taught 5th grade, let's say. They go to 6th grade. Day before school, there's a meeting, all the teachers. So 6th graders have to come to me and say, listen, who in your class was troublemaker? Tell me all the details about them. Do you know, I broke this law for 20 years. I never went to the teachers and said, listen, give me a list of troublemakers. Why? Because I don't want to look at the child with my wrong eye. I don't want to look at him. I don't look at him that, oh, he's a troublemaker, that's all. Now I have to put him down. Now I have to be on him. Now I have to be... No, you're not allowed to do that. You're stealing from child's life. Every person has potential. Every person must be respected. When you look at something positive of a person, you can build him and he is going to become somebody big. When you, let's say a person like Rabbi Rav Yosef, when you look 3 of his negative stuff and tell him on his face, you'll break him for life. Even like Rav Yosef. I'm telling you, everyone deserves to look for his good part, good character traits, and rub in his face constantly. You play basketball so good, even though in Chumash is 0, in Tefillah 0, in Mishnah 0, in Gemara 0. You play basketball so good. I love playing with you, you know. Wow, you beat me. How did you beat me? He feels so good about himself. Once you open him up, he's going to be doing good on different areas as well. Why? Because he will know that he's not nothing. Once he thinks about himself, he's nothing, you can't build him anymore. This is how you have to come and find something good about a person. Once you do that, you'll be successful. There was a big Rosh Yeshiva of Chaim Berlin. He went on Shabbaton and he said to his students, you're not allowed to play ping pong on Shabbat. Playing ping pong, Chilul Shabbat, da, 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 da. He goes Shabbaton, he's still playing ping pong. So now they came up, one of the congregants said, Rabbi, do you know your son playing ping pong? Da, 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 da. What is that? He thought he's gonna now give him on his face, right? In public, son came up, he said,
I hope you didn't lose.
I heard you play. You heard that?
I'm just saying.
I heard you play ping pong. He said, yeah, Abba, I'm sorry, I played ping pong. I said, I hope you didn't embarrass me. Don't tell me you lost. If you lost, you're done. He said, no, Abba, I beat him. I go, fine. What he did? Tell me what he did. He reminded him that you're not allowed to play ping pong. So next time you're not playing ping pong on Shabbat. But I hope he didn't lose the game. And now I said, no, I beat him. I feel beat. You feel good about it. So what he did? He slapped him with the left, but he gave him a hug with the right. This is education to itself. You can't just come out there and say, oh, you know what? I'm ready to educate my children. No. When you walk home from work, you think about it. How to speak with your children. How to speak with your spouse. To your wife or to your husband. It's very important. Scenario number 1. Anybody tired?
No.
Guys, I'll be going till the morning. But if you're tired, let me know. I'll give you 5-10 minute break. Okay, listen to this beautiful case. In Israel, they came up to one store owner and they said, listen, from 2 to 4, across street yeshiva, let's boys out to get food. Can we hire this 2 hours of your store? We'll pay you $1,000. You just keep the store open and leave out. We'll keep all the cameras on. We want to do some trick. Test. Can you let us do that? He said, fine, no problem. So himself also interested. They put cameras by the register. They put $100 bill. And now yeshiva boys going into the store one by one. They're coming to the store, they're taking stuff, and now they want to pay. They say, owner, where are you? I want to pay, I need to go. And they see nobody's there. $100 bill. What will they do? Boy A, he goes inside. takes steps, says, owner, where are you? Yeah, no. As he wants to leave, he sees $100 bill. He says, owner. Puts money in his pocket, goes out of the door, out of the gate of the store, and then stays by the gate for 10 seconds. He says, stealing, it's not right. Comes back to the store, puts $100 bill, and carefully leaves. 10 minutes later, boy B comes in. Boy B comes in. He buys, says, anybody? I want to buy chips. Who do I pay to? He sees nobody there. He sees $100. He says, owner, someone lost $100 here. Who's $100? Someone lost $100. Goes outside. Guys, do you know who's the owner of the store? Someone lost $100 over there. Please, please, please. Question to all of you. Be honest. Which child would you prefer to have? First one
The second.
or second one? Raise your hand. Who thinks the first child is 100% educated child? Raise your hand. Who thinks the second child is 100% educated child? Raise your hand if you don't understand English.
Wow.
People? Who do you think is educated?
У первого стора
A or B?
zero. You should have left a note.
He doesn't understand English.
B.
A or B?
First
A or B?
B.
Which child is educated child? A. Raise your hands. A. A. Educated child. Very good. Raise your hands for B. Who thinks B is educated child?
By nature.
Guys, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I'm not going to give you the answer.
Why, Rabbi?
The answer is
Zero.
the answer is child B is educated child. Child A is not fully educated child.
Because he took it and then he
He
told
will
us.
one day be good,
So is it.
but at the moment he did not do good.
Start the show all over again.
Why? Why child A is not good? Because I'm explaining you.
He's not ready.
I'm explaining you. He came to the store. He saw the owner is not there. He sees $100 bill. He said, "Thank you, Hashem. He gave me a gift." And he put it in his pocket. He allowed himself to put a stolen money in his pocket.
The money that does not belong to him.
The money doesn't belong to him. And he left. But then he felt bad, like, I'm stealing. I'm stealing. I need to return it back. He put it back. Today, he put it back. Maybe because it's just $100 bill. How do you have guarantee if there would be 1,000, he would not return it? Or he would return it? There's no
story
guarantee
was
when there's
calling-
$1,000, he's gonna return. So he's not gonna return $1,000. Because now it's not such a big amount. Okay, you know what? I'll put it back. $1,000 he would never return back. Child number 2. I called him fully educated child. Why? Because when he saw a money, it doesn't belong to me. I need to find the owner. I will never put it in my pocket. I'm not gonna let it be a second in my pocket, even if it's $100 or $1,000. I will never put it in my pocket, even for a second. And I have guarantee tomorrow he will find $1 million is gonna return. And right away he start announcing, guys, someone lost his money. Someone lost his money. Same situation. These boys grew up in 15 years. They are now 30 years old or 25 years old boys. So now they grew up and they became security officer in the yeshiva. And now with security, you know, in Israel, security guard carries a gun, right? Today, more than security guards carries a gun in Israel, but security is mostly carry a gun. So he was in yeshiva and boys really bothered him. He has such a crooked nose. You're so ugly. Your parents made a mistake. Tell me, when you were born, doctor dropped you? But you know, all these questions, they just destroyed him. He got so angry, and now he's coming home. He's coming home, the security guard, and the downstairs neighbor said, are you crazy? How are you walking at home? I couldn't sleep. He got so angry, he took his gun out,
Kill the guy.
and he let the bullet go, but the neighbor, he was able to bend down, and the bullet did not reach him. So he comes home, his wife says, Aram, you're a little bit so angry. What happened? She says, the boys made me crazy, and the downstairs neighbor also I took a gun out, and I let the bullet go, but he bent down on time, and I couldn't kill him. Second guy, security guard, also works in yeshiva, and boys come to say, you're such a crooked face. What happened to you? Your doctor also dropped you? Mind your own business, kid. Go back to your class. You know? And then he comes to his house, and the neighbor also, hey, how are you doing? What are you doing? Are you working day and night? You don't sleep? What are you? That's not nice. I'm sorry. He got angry. But his hand never went towards his gun. Who is more dangerous in public? A or B? Huh? A is dangerous. That is the kid who put that $100 bill in his pocket for the next 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes he returned it back. He said, yeah, I shoot it, but I missed it by purpose. But you're dangerous. Today you missed it. Tomorrow you're not going to miss it. This is how, if person does not know how to control himself from the first second, that's the danger. Why it happens in life? Why it happens in life? When you have only sur mera or only vasetov, but when you have sur mera va'asetov, when you have sur mera va'asetov, only then you have educated child that even from the beginning, from the first get-go, he's not going to make a mistake. Are we going to the second scenario? Or are you tired? Huh?
No, let's go. No, we have another 2 hours.
Тишина, молчание, знак согласия.
What she said.
One mother cooked nice, delicious meal for children. Kids came from school, and now the food is ready on the table. They had to go to store buy bread because father coming in 5 minutes. They need to have bread on the table. And child in the store wants to buy an ice cream. Says, Mommy, can you buy me ice cream? She said, listen, you just tried meat a little bit at home, and we're going to go home again. We're eating meat now. I don't want to buy ice cream now. No, but I want ice cream now. You have to buy it to me. Also, I'm going to be crying. What do you do in that situation?
Cry.
Listen, I'm sorry. You just ate meat a little bit. I cannot buy ice cream. Even the halacha permits. We're not talking about from the view of halacha right now. We're looking from the view of chinuch, education. When I say no to my child, can I make it yes? Or it's dangerous?
If you
So
make it
now,
yes, one
I
person-
told him, I'm sorry, you can't have ice cream right now. You just ate meat, and we're going home now to eat more meat. You can't have this ice cream. But I'm going to scream right now.
Scream.
Okay? So he's screaming, my parents don't give me food. I'm starving. I'm dying from hunger. And now when people looking at you like, what is this, Hamas? What is this? Just press Russia. You took your kids to the hospital? What's this? They start talking Mishaberach about you, right? And now your child is embarrassing you. And you tell him, shh. I'm going to throw myself on the floor. 3-year-old, 4-year-olds, you know, those ages.
Make sure
And he
you
throws
go
his on the floor. And he's screaming and yelling. You try to pick him up, and he's screaming. Should you go further? Of course. Okay. And you go on. After 30 seconds, after 20 seconds, what happens? And then suddenly opens one eye. Where's my mother? Is she waiting for me or she went further, right? You should go further. I mean, don't leave the store. But pretend as if you're leaving 20, 30 steps further. And now it sees nowhere to go. It's not going to stay here, right? So it's going to run after you. Fine, mommy, don't mind. But tomorrow you're going to buy me? What's the answer? No. Huh?
Maybe.
If you behave good. If you say, yeah, of course, now I trained you and you listen to me, of course I'm going to do. You lost it. You lost it. If you behave, you deserve it, I'll buy it to you. Why? You show your child is chinuch is chinuch. Education is education. When you giving always to your children, they will hate you. When you never give them, they will also hate you. But when you give, they hate you more.
Why?
Why? Because when you always giving and you never educate them to be trained at the time when they cannot have it, they'll fall to depression.
Self-control.
Why in this generation you have a lot of depressed kids? Because in the father's house they have everything. They're scared to get married. Why? Because now he has to go to work. What if it takes time to find a job and he doesn't have his steaks on time? He doesn't have normal dinner on time. Doesn't have normal lunch on time. He gets crazy. He gets crazy. He can't handle stress. Why? Because everything was too easy. But when he had in parents' house days that was easy, days that was hard, he was already trained. He was prepared. And that is education. Education is, I'm not going to let you have everything every time. You have to deserve it and then you gain it.
So you're training him.
Training. Now, the worst thing in life
Becomes
is,
an animal.
the worst thing in life is when father says no, mother says yes. Mother says no, father says yes. That you breaking child's brains, child's mind, child's understanding. And he will be always dancing under a parent which one says yes. Abba, can I do this? No, okay. 3 minutes goes to, Ima, can I do it? Yeah, okay, thank you. Whenever father and mother, they know each one about another person, that person will say no, they have to say no. But if they don't know, they say, okay, let's speak with mommy, let's speak with Abba, and then we will see what we're gonna do.
It should always be the wife saying no and the guy saying yes.
What?
Usually they listen to the mommy.
Usually they listen to the mommy. Every house has its own. Every house is different. Every education is different.
Yeah.
But when father says no,
Have to be no.
mother should not say yes. Mother says no, father should not say yes. And that's a big halakha in the house. Once you keep this halakha, you have guarantee. You have properly raised kids. Oy va'avoy, chas v'shalom. If father embarrasses mother in front of the children. Or opposite, mother embarrasses father in front of the children. Oy va'avoy. This is a destruction. A person should learn. This is my wife. I will not embarrass her in public, in front of my kids. Emma, why is it like this? Why the house not clean? Why your clothes are everywhere? Not allowed to do that. You're embarrassing her. You cannot do that. Or she screams, Abba, why your shoes are everywhere? Why your socks are everywhere, for example? Why your swearing that you took is not in the post? You don't do that. Once you do that, you show your child, I can step over your father, I can step over your mother. Tomorrow, your child talks to you that way. You're not allowed to speak to your father like this. Oh, but Ima did yesterday. You're not allowed to speak to your Ima like this. Yeah, but I spoke to you like this yesterday. You know, when you teach your child, chok v'lo ya'avor, parents, you don't speak to like this. They respect you. They will respect you. What every 6, 7, 8-year-old boy thinks about his father and 6, 7, 8-year-old girl thinks about her mother. Boy thinks, my father's the strongest man. My father's the smartest
Role
man.
model.
If he's a teacher, my father's the best teacher. If he's a rabbi, my father's the best rabbi. And they always think that they're the highest. They view us like we are king and a queen, like we are somebody great. And the girls, what they say, my mom is the most beautiful woman in the world. My mom is the most smart. She gives such a good advice. She does this. But sometimes we don't even look at ourselves that way. We act in front of our kids sometimes so foolish that we don't know where to run away. The best example, Jewel Avenue. You're waiting for the red light. Comes one shachor, lavan, cuts you off. And then you go by the next light and say, hey, open the window. Are you crazy, you animal? Da, 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 da. And you give a curse, and then you close the window, you forgot your family is looking in the back. You turn around, kids look at each other, oh, you heard what I was saying just now? You heard what he was saying just now? What kind of education is this?
Bad. Foolish.
When child knows my father is the greatest and he spoke that way, he just broke his view in front of his children. He broke the image in front of his children. So the main thing in life is to keep the image in a place. Once you keep the image in a place, it's a different world. Your kids will respect you. Even though sometimes you will have mistakes in life, nobody's perfect, but they will respect you. Whether it's boys or girls. And that is the biggest law. Yes.
Sometimes the kid they listen to the friend. They say, show me your friend and I told you who you are.
Thank you. Our obligation is to make sure we watch who our children's friends are.
100%.
It's an obligation. Oh, one second. What's the first thing we spoke about? What did we speak about the first thing today? Protect your house like a Noah's Ark. My son, these friends are not good for you. My son, this park is not your place. Yeah, but what should you do that you shouldn't be there? This is the reason in our shul we have a ping pong here. Why? Because if they can get ping pong in a park, I'll give him ping pong in a shul. So he should be having love to come here, more love here than there. If Shiur needs to have a good meal, I'll make sure there's a good meal. Why? I'd rather him be here than be there. If you do not give a better environment in one location, then the dangerous location, he will not be in this location. This is the reason Labayanets, I spoke to him, I said, listen, how are you doing on Thursdays, I believe, high school program, boys from high school, they come and they learn. He says, I give them whatever they would get in a park. I make sure they get bagels, they get different steaks and everything, baguettes and so on, different sandwiches. Why? So they should have enjoyment here, the same enjoyment they would have with a bad friend outside. Once you give them this environment here, they're not going to go there. And when you give education, the worst thing in life, when child doesn't want to be at home. Why child doesn't want to be at home? Because they always put down. Always, surmera, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? We're always attack. No. Education is not attack. Education is something you did wrong, something you did right. Wow, you're so amazing. Child should have fun to be near his father all the time. Once he has enjoyment being near his father, enjoyment being near his mother. Do you know now Aaron Kotler? He wrote Psak Halacha. A child is allowed to go out of the state to learn in yeshiva and come home once a month if there's a shalom bayit issue in the house. But if parents are fine, he's not allowed to go out. He's not allowed to go out. Why? Because if there's shalom bayit here, why he shouldn't learn Torah here? If there's shalom bayit issues, father and mother cannot get along, then he's allowed to go. But if they are not, he shouldn't be allowed to go and learn there. Guys, anything? No questions today? Wow, I'm lucky.
Давай, например, мы выросли, например, в Самарканде. Я лично помню, что, например, у нас были друзья, это что мы ради того, чтобы оказаться, например, делали разные вещи. То воровали, то это в магазин ходили, это делали, все это было. Если бы этого не было, мы бы не были такими, как мы сегодня есть. Это нас сделало сильнее.
Rav Yosef. Даже если вы где-то воровали, а потом приходили домой, вы знали, что если бы ваш папа или мама услышали, они бы вам дали нехорошее лицо. И страх от папы и мамы там был. Сегодня мы живем в мире, где страх не тот. Из-за чего это нету? Иногда, когда в доме есть страх между родителями, дети имеют страх. This is why it's important when husband and wife, they never lose their image in front of the children. And that's very important.
Ну, Раба, здесь учат в школе уже. Если родители тебе что-то делают, это надо говорить.
If you send your child to a not yeshiva, to not Jewish education, you're not protecting your ark. That's the first step of our shiur. You have to protect your ark. You have to make sure your child goes to school where there's Jewish education. Not Hebrew education, Jewish education. Where teachers are Jewish and they are religious Jewish. And they will never teach them to raise their hands or voice on their parents. Because that's the first sin in the Ten Commandments. It says, "Kabed et avicha v'et imecha," respect your father and your mother. You're not allowed to even disagree with them to prove them wrong. Abba, you're wrong, I'm right. You cannot do that.
Our children went to school, to public school, and went to yeshiva after school, after program.
I'm sorry, but I have to be with you straightforward. You can't be half pregnant. Or they go to yeshiva, or they're in public school. That's what you're saying is public school. Yeshiva is not this. Okay, question?
Some kids only understand if the volume is raised in the house. How can
If
a
you
person
speak
teach
loud,
their child
good point.
not to have or like some teachers get a point across only if the kid takes them seriously once the volume of the
So a parent has to yell to get a point.
Kick his ass.
22 years ago, 22 years ago, I was learning in a program by Rabbi Kramer, Rabbi Yoel Kramer. He's considered to be one of the best educators in New York. He's a big rabbi and his biggest teacher. He said, when someone said, "I always yell," you know what he said? Don't yell, tell. Don't yell, tell. But in this situation, what do? When you already yell, they hear you. Come on, get up, you're late to school. Like, put your clothes on, we're running late. And then they do it. So in that situation, you come up. You do two things. A, you lower your voice. B, you give second half of your speech with your body language. Come on, get up, come on, put your clothes on fast, we're running late. When you do with body language, it helps 99.9%. I'm teaching right now in certain yeshiva where no body language, no nothing, 90.9% is not going to help. Why? Because, I know this goes everywhere, but when the office is not strong in yeshiva, all the burdens remains on teachers. But when the office is strong, teacher's job is 50%. You go inside school, the rule is you don't say hello to anybody until you get to your desk. You come inside your classroom, 30 seconds. You wait until everyone sits down. And then they see, teacher came, so now they stand up. Now you stand up. After everyone stands, then you go to your desk. That's normal school. Number 2, with children, you cannot do that. That's your children at home. So with them, there's the best way to do is you always speak in a lower tone. When you speak in a low tone, they will learn, they will get trained, educated to listen to you without screaming and yelling. And that's a big chinuch. It's a big chinuch. It's a big educational law. When you don't yell, they go to work, they go to school, they go to colleges, they learn not to scream and not to yell. And that's a big thing. I go to some families, I'll tell you, 4 or 5 families that I know, Yitzchak Bayev family. Even though in the house there were 4 or 5 sons, when they speak, you barely hear them. They're very low tone. Am I saying right between your father and uncles? I know them. 4 or 5 families I know, I go to their houses, I have fun. Today I have to be speaking from A to Z, the whole thing. Why? Because they are quiet. They are very low. And that's big chinuch. You feel enjoyment when you go in a place when people talk pleasantly. And you know what I learned? I'm telling this always to myself. When you scream and yell, no one listens to you.
Fact.
It just goes.
100%.
One guy texted me last week. Rabbi, I'm showing you because I already, after text message, he sent me his voice. Okay? He says, 50 times I tell my wife to put clothes on for the children. I'm yelling. Now it's freezing cold and my kids go outside without proper adjustment. I said, what do you do? He says, I yell. And what did I write? Don't yell. Tell. He says, doesn't work. I said, okay. In situation when you want to put it back that your child should listen to you, the first thing you do is you find something good your child did. You counter him. Like for example, give me an example that certain child didn't do and you have to yell. For example,
Get dressed in the morning.
get dressed in the morning. Very good. Look at this. Beautiful example.
Sorry, Rabbi.
You have hard time your child getting dressed in the morning. Okay? What do? You monitor him for 2 days in a row. Today, yesterday. The third day, you come and now, not in the morning, when he comes back from school. Everything is good. Yeah, come sit and eat. You know, yesterday, you got dressed 9 minutes. Today was 10 minutes. I want to give you a hug that yesterday you did it. I want to give you a hug. How do you think tomorrow is going to get up?
7 minutes.
Once he felt appreciated for some action he did, he will want to do more. Do you know, I'm not looking at any man, I don't want to put anybody in trouble. Do you know that I know certain men, they don't like to buy clothes for their wives? Not because they're cheap. They give money, they go with them shopping, they buy it. When they come home, the wife says, why'd you come with me? I bought cheap one because I didn't want to make you upset. Like, already she bought, she brought it. Instead of saying, listen, you know what, thank you. You gave me money, you gave me your time, you came with me, you supported me. I want to say thank you for that. Once you give the 2 words of encouragement, of appreciation, he wants to do more. Abraham comes home and says, Sarah, again the same food? Hi, my lash. No choice. I'm gonna call pizza now, I have to wait 30 minutes, so I'd rather eat this food fine. Like, you know, once there is no thank you, wife, she feels like you know, piafka? You know piafka? How they call it? Leech. Leech. As if leech came inside the body and sucked out all the blood. So, person becomes like no energy, like, oh really? I came from work, I went to make shopping, and I cooked, and I cleaned, and I prepared everything, and now instead of thank you for the food, complain. Drained all the energy. You know what's funny?
Not enough soul.
Once I was driving once, and I put shoot. I said, listen, I need to find something short and sweet for Divrei Torah. It happens to be Rabbi Eli Mansour. So he says, you know, there was a rich guy, like a shmo, you know, some serious guy, rich people. He hired him to learn with him 1 hour a week. So he said, listen, prepare so time I shouldn't be bored. Okay, we're business people. Don't bore me out. So fine. So he prepared something, how to do proper way to make tea for Shabbat. How to make proper tea, what is considered cooking, bishu, klisheni, klishlishi, this, that, you know, first vessel, second vessel, third vessel, how to put tea, where to put tea. So he prepared the whole thing with Yishunim, Macharonim. So he comes next time, he says, oh yeah, what's the topic this week? He says, how to make tea for Shabbat. You know, the guy says, listen, I don't drink tea, next topic. Boom! He said, the whole week I prepared, he just kicked me out. I don't drink tea, next. Like, what? What did I prepare? When someone doesn't appreciate, you feel drained out. You feel burned out. You prepare shiur. People don't come, you feel burned out. Honestly, I felt like this the first 10 minutes. When I came with Rav Yonatan, I see nobody's here. I said, oh, неужели Super Bowl beat me? I went downstairs, my wife brought food, thank you, Davidson. And I was thinking, should I go up? Should I wait? Maybe nobody will be here. And Baruch Hashem, it's full. But I'll tell you, what if nobody will be here? I feel drained out. I worked hard. My thank you is people here. Same thing. You work hard. You bring for your wife, for your children. They say thank you. You want to do more. They complain. You don't want to do anymore. Anything in life works that way. You want to be successful in life regarding anything, regarding everyone. Learn how to appreciate. Learn how to speak positive words, good words, supportive words. When you give support with words, person gets wings to do more. They want to do. They feel strength to do more. When you do that, that's when you get back. And that is a proper education. And this is why my father made me repeat the story about the cow 10 times. What do you do first? First you come to the cow and say, thank you that you didn't work in a guy's house on Shabbat.
Thank you, my cow.
You know, that's one word. One thank you. Look how it does. Any questions?
Nope.
So, back to that child. When you praise him, when you praise a child, and you speak to him positively, next time when you speak to him, you don't need to scream. He wants to hear you. Why? Because he knows you say something positive to him, he wants to hear and he wants to grow with you together. Always see how your child talks to your other child about you, or your children talk to their friends about parents. I wish someone asked my children in front of me, like my children don't see, and they ask like this: do you want to get married and live a lifestyle the way your parents live? Or you don't want? If child says, I would want to live the way my parents lived, you should know that is the best family-oriented family was out there. But if he says, oh no, I don't want to live the way my parents lived. No, chas v'shalom, that's a curse. You should know parents showed not such a good image in child's life. I don't want to go to details. Each person has his own tzī to look at. And to remember. There's such a strong thought and a story I'll tell you, and I'll conclude with this. But you should know one thing. This shiur, why it took me a long while to prepare? Because I'm not a perfect educator. I'm not a perfect parent. Say, you know what? All my kids are perfect. My students are perfect. No. In education, there is no right way. There is no wrong way. If you see it works for your child, keep doing it. If you see it works for your classroom, keep doing it. No one can come to you and say, oh no, you're doing wrong way. There's no such thing. And sometimes if you need to raise your voice, you need to raise your voice. Do it positively. How you do? How I raise my voice in the classroom sometimes. When we sing Mishnah or Gemara, I scream loud. My screaming, am I screaming? Yes, but the screaming that comes with education. When you scream to your child with education, that is important. But not when you need to educate him. This we're talking about when you don't need to educate him. When you need to, for example, your child screamed or cursed out. Your child cursed. And you want to tell them, don't curse in this house. Like, what are you doing? That's not an education. When it comes to education, you say, don't curse. But when time is fine, he didn't speak, there's nothing there, then you walk around and say, in this house we speak nice words. Like, you know, when there's nothing done wrong. When he did something wrong, you don't say, Oh, he beat up his brother. We don't hit our brothers. That's not education. What do you mean? That's not education.
At the moment.
Education at the moment. Hey, we don't hit anybody here. You see, what is that? Body language. Like, hey, boom, stop. Like, you know, or child did something terrible wrong. You can't do nothing in public. You look, you throw your eye. That should work on a child. Body language, sometimes you can't say something. Or in public, you can't say some stuff. You can't do some things. And you shouldn't do some things in public that will hurt your spouse. You should know one thing. It's crucial. Husband and wife holding a bridge. In this bridge, you go, your children go, your grandchildren go, your great-grandchildren go. When I break a spirit of my spouse, I'm putting this bridge in danger. We're talking about here generations. I'm putting this bridge in danger. I can't do that. So what I should do, only positive. What if my spouse did really embarrass me in public? How do I do? What I say, don't do that, don't do that. No, you look at like, come on, not here. When we get home, then we can speak. Never in life, not with the husband, not with the wife, not with children, not with neighbor. Never speak when you are upset or angry. Leave it for tomorrow. Leave it for later. And when you're angry now, A, you don't have proper words and proper thoughts. B, because the other person is not going to listen to you. It goes always around. Goes around. Doesn't go inside. At the moment when I did something wrong, my father wants to educate me. What are you doing? That's wrong. Will I listen? You have to do this way. Will I listen? No, because I'm nervous. When I'm nervous, I'm scared not to get hurt. I will not listen. I will not learn. But when I am calm, when a person is calm, he can learn. He can listen. You can speak to him.
Never listen.
Bottom line,
But sometimes you scream because you want to make sure the person hears you.
Too far, you're too far. Not close.
Yeah, because you want, you know.
I would like to conclude with a story. It took 2 hours
Almost.
of your time. Before I conclude, I need to summarize 7 important points we spoke about. Number 1, 7 important points. You see, there was what noise? I didn't scream. I didn't say, ah, ooh. You wait 30 seconds. Key to know if person is a professional speaker or not. They ask a public speaker to speak. How do you know he's professional or not? He never opens his speech first 30 seconds.
He waits for the crowd.
He waits till everyone comes down. If he didn't do that, he goes, oh, shalom, oh, stop, you lost it. You lost it. You have 30 seconds. You wait, you don't speak. You calm everybody down. When a person is calm, he can listen. Same thing in the house. When your child is calm, he can listen to you. You should know. You have time to walk in the street to shul with your son. Speak to him about some stuff that you want him to be in long run. Like, you know, certain boy answered Amen Yesh Mirabah with such a kavanah, I enjoyed it. Did you see that? Like, you know, or remember that your son did something right. You know, 3 days ago you made that Divrei Torah, I loved it so much. You brought to your mom those bags that you made shopping. She made shopping and you brought it closer to her. You know, you really helped me that day. I was really tired. Thank you so much. You know, those stuff that you remember, you build your child. You should know one thing. This is my lovely case I always bring, okay? This is my lovely case, and this is worth even to keep you here next hour. It's fine. You don't get this every day. You don't see me every day, and I don't have chance to spend with you every day to teach you about this stuff, to remind you. You all know this better than me. Now, Your child woke up in the morning. He said, Modani on time. He got a coin. He made it letter time. You washed your own hands? Wow. You did a good job. Thank you. Hi, Abba. How are you? Your wife tells you in the morning. Yeah. One more. Okay? Your child put his own shoes. Wow. You remember to put light shoes first, right? You remember to tie first left shoe, right? Wow, very good. And now he goes to school. You found your own coat. Very good. Like, all this stuff you're building. Now he goes on a bus. One kid comes to him. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins that he built in the house. A kid comes to him and says, oh, Ugly came to the bus. He took 1 coin from him away. Yet he has 6 still coins. He has 6 coins. He's still not broken. He still has self-esteem. But if this says 7 coins he doesn't get from his parents in the house, he comes to the bus, a guy comes in, oh, Ugly came. Why? He has no coins. The bank is empty. What if he has now coins? A lot of coins he has. He goes to work. His boss tells him, I'm gonna fire you. But he does everything proper. And he gets fired. He's not gonna give up. Listen, okay, fine. 2 coins are away, but listen. My father always told me I'm a smart boy.
He goes to work.
My wife knows I have good potential in my life. My parents know I worked hard. They always told me I'll be able to come out from anything. I'll be able to build my life anywhere. I'm not stuck. Once you have that self-esteem that your parents built in you, showing you constantly, hello, we're not like going, we have purpose in life. We have Shabbat, we have Kashrut, we have Tzitzit, we have Tefillin. We have life. We have Shalom Bayit. We have raising kids. We have Chinuch Yiladim. We don't just come to this world and start live from this world. All these are very important. Now, let's review with you 7 points that are very crucial. Remember this video, take these 7 points, and I promise you, even one of these points will help you a lot in any area in life. Number 1, protect your tent to make it holy. Protect to make it holy. We spoke about it. Number 2, Torah life with happiness and not stress. Number 3, woman depends on her husband. What does that mean? A girl gets married when? Wednesday, when sun and moon was created. Moon has no lights. It gets reflection from the sun. Same thing. Wife gets reflection from her husband. How Shlomo HaMelech calls wife? Eshtecha kegefen poriya. A woman is like a wine tree. What's wine tree? Do you know there's a law? If you take a wine tree, science, and you spread on the ground, it will never give grape. But if you take a wine tree and you put it on something hanging, it will give grape. If you tell a woman, we're married, but you are on your own, go make your own money, spend your own money, don't depend on me, there's no building, there's no fruits of Kedusha there. But if you tell your wife, yes, depend on me, don't worry, you are making her hang, then the fruits come, then the grapes come. Woman is like a grape tree. She has to depend on her husband. And her husband has to say, yes, yes. Like, whatever. Okay, number 3. Woman depends on her husband. Number 4. Is training and educating is the same thing? The answer is? No. You train animal. You can't put asetov to an animal, but to human being, you can put asetov. You can drain out all his poison and put in him proper education, positive things. Number 5, child A or child B? Which one is educated? Child B, thank you. Number 6, don't forget your children's eyes watch you. The way you treat each other, they will treat you. If you respect with each other, Abba, Ima, Ima, Abba, they will also say Abba, Ima, Abba, and not you. You have to. You should. No you here. Iba, Ima, Abba, Abba, Ima. And number 7, be a good partner, that your spouse will not be scared to open up his heart to you, to tell you secrets. This I missed I will keep it for Be'ezrat Hashem next one in 2 years. Okay. I would like to share a story with you if you let me. This story I stole from my wife. She said it like a year ago and I loved it. And I said it actually more than a year ago. Anzer Hashim Shon Shiur. I came from Israel, jet lag, Takes me a long time to come to myself. And I put Zer Hashim Shon Shiur that I gave 2 years ago. And I started with this story. Such a good story, beautiful story. I didn't say it, so I want to share it with you. And with this, I'll conclude. By the way, I don't think anyone got upset from this shiur today that they should run after Rabbi Yonatan. They will not. Okay? And really, thank you for coming. I know it's long. It's not 45-minute shiur like professionals do. We do 2 hours because we waited for 1 year plus for the shiur. Thank you for trusting us and coming. I would like to share a story with you, and with this I'll conclude. One Moel got a phone call. Rabbi, you do Brit Milah? Yes, I do Brit Milah. Can you come to our house to do Brit Milah in Israel? He said, of course. What time? 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. He said, fine. So Rabbi comes there. He thinks, okay, where I'm going to find parking now? Because Brit Milah, 50, 60 minimum people come. There's 10, 15 cars. You need to find parking. He comes to the place, not even one parked car. Is this the Ajus called? Said, this is the Ajus. Yeah, Rabbi, don't worry, come to the front yard, park your car. So he parks the car, opens the door, a woman in the house with a baby. Is your son needs Brit Milah? Yeah, it's me. Where is your husband? He was late for work, he had to go. Sorry. Oh wow. Okay. So you want me to do Brit Milah? Okay. Rabbi, in 5 minutes I'm leaving also, babysitter coming in 30 minutes. So you'd be able to do everything right? I said, 1 second, who's going to sandak? We don't know nothing, we trust you. Who's going to be naming the baby? Rabbi, you take from Torah a name, we trust you. He said, so many years I do Brit Milah, I never had such a situation. So he took a baby, mother left, and he goes, hakafot around the table. Beruchim atem, kal emunai ubaruch haba b'shem. And he goes, singing. So over there, he sat on the chair, prepared himself nice, everything. Did Brit Milah, Peri'ah, Metzitza, anything necessary. He put Neosporin and whatever needs to be. I'm not a moel, but he took care of everything. Baby does not stop crying. Sometimes going, it goes like serious. Mother's not there, father's not there, babysitter didn't come. So he sees baby's crying. He says, Hashem, please, I beg you. Please, Hashem, calm the baby down. I'm already seeing so much pain in the baby. He started crying himself. He started crying. He lost it. He fell into panic already. So now he's crying. He says, Hashem, Chatzama, show me the growth of this child that I should see how he becomes great. Make my wish. That's all. I don't need nothing anymore. So, what happened? After he started, finished down, he calmed down. Bing, bing, babysitter came. She came, he opens the door. She said, everything's okay? Yeah, okay. What happened? He said, I made Brit Milah to the baby. Yeah, but why are you crying? But baby's crying. I said, why are you crying? You know why I'm crying? I cannot tell you. It's between me and him. He said, okay, no problem. You could leave. I'll take care of the baby. So she took the baby right away. She changed whatever needs to be done. It's Israel. They know. Okay. 12 years later, phone call. Rabbi Abraham, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Can you do me a favor? Can you put my son in yeshiva? I said, who is this? He said, I'll tell you, you'll remember me right now. Remember we had Brit Milah in this area? My husband had to go to, your son's Brit Milah! I will never forget in my life! So, okay, can you do us a favor? Can you take him to yeshiva? Which yeshiva you want? Mir Yeshiva of Yerushalayim. Are you crazy? Are you Shomer Shabbat? No. Are you Shomer Kashrut? No. Why would you be? People told me this is the best yeshiva ever. He took the boy, he came there, Rosh Yeshiva says, do you know this kid? He says, this is my sandak. Do you guarantee he's going to be good boy? He says, Rabbi, everything is on me. Take him, I'm responsible. Okay, they took him. What are you learning? Gemara Kiddushin. Fine. They took the boy. 2 months later, phone call. Rabbi, who did you bring here? It's a child. It's an angel. What is this? Says, what did you do wrong? I'm coming right now. She sits in his class, so upset. What did you do wrong? What happened here? He comes there. That rabbi, Rosh Yeshiva, called like 4 or 5 classes to the gym. They were sitting. He says, come over here. You hold the Gemara. This boy standing over here said, start. 2 months being in yeshiva. Rabbi is looking and he's going. He goes the whole chapter 1, 42 pages. He said, who is this? It's a person, it's an angel. Genius! Where do you got this from? I never had such a student in this school. Rabbi started crying. So I said to Rosh Yeshiva, I'll tell you a story. 12 years ago, I had to breed for him. His father was late to work. He didn't appreciate the Kiddushat HaBrit. He left the baby home and he went to work. Mother, same thing. She left the baby. I had to do Brit Milah. I had to be Sandak. I had to name the baby. And I did everything myself. Then what happened? Then baby didn't stop crying. I was crying with him. Now I said, stop. Stop, I don't want to hear anymore. So what happened? Rosh Yeshiva of Meir Yeshiva says, when you cried, Eliyahu Hanavi cried with you. Because Eliyahu Hanavi cries, Hashem has to put a stamp there. So I want to tell you one thing. Dear parents, you came here today to educate your children. All this is good. If you don't use your tear to have proper child, all this is not going to help you. When you pray for your child, you have to have a tear. Hashem, accept my tefillah. I want to have child, tzaddik. A ben Adam. Being Talmid Chacham and being ben Adam is 2 different things. I know some Talmidei Chachamim, they're very far from being ben Adam. Be a human being. When it hurts another person, it should hurt him. That is ben Adam. Number 2, knowing Torah, understanding it right. Number 3, having derech eretz. Number 4, being proper role model. And with this, I want to give you bracha, enjoyment, happiness from all your children. I want to conclude with a joke. I heard a joke yesterday. I enjoyed it. There was a letter. A woman got a letter from her son. But she is illiterate. She doesn't know how to read. So she came to the neighbor and says, neighbor, do you know how to read? Yes. Can you read the letters for my son? He said, from your son? Cry, cry, cry. She's crying, crying, crying. He's also crying. She said, it's about my son. I'm crying. Why are you crying? She said, I'm crying because me and you don't know how to read. Have a great night. Enjoy your week. Atzlacha rabah. Shutzi nachat from all the children.
Amen.